Hi everyone, and welcome to Angel Healing House. My name is Claire Candy Huff, and my name is also Angel Ariel, as I had an angelic walk-in experience on January 11th of 2003. Welcome everyone to Walk-in Angel Ariel's weekly wisdom for the upcoming week of November 21st through November 27th. If you're interested, you can find out more about walk-ins and read about my remarkable journey in my Amazon International best-selling book, I Am an Angelic Walk-In, the autobiography of Angel Ariel. Now, this book is the prequel to this book, which is also an award-winning #1 international Amazon bestseller, One True Home, Behind the Veil of Forgetfulness. So if you are a subscriber, welcome back. It's lovely to be in your energies again. And if you are new to the channel, a big welcome to you, and let me introduce myself. I am a Reiki Master Teacher. I am a spiritual counselor. I am an intuitive guide, psychic, clairvoyant, tarot card reader. I do past life healings and ancestral clearings. Let's see. What else? I teach Reiki on all levels and have attuned hundreds and hundreds of master teachers throughout the last almost 20 years, either in my office here in beautiful Santa Monica, California, or online. And I also have a new service, which is my Twin Flame Energetic Reconnection Sessions, and which reconnects you to your twin flame, whether they are on the earth plane or whether they are across the veil. To learn more about my services, please do visit my website, which is angelhealinghouse.com, or you can always phone Angel Healing House on 831-277-3716, and that's Pacific Standard Time. You know, everyone, ever since 2003, when I established my Angel Healing House healing practice, I've received many lovely testimonials from clients, and I recently received this one from a new client, and she wrote, "My healing work with Claire Candy, Angel Ariel, was a gift from the divine. My session with Claire was all about getting clear, as one of her names suggests so perfectly. Our session together helped me to see what had been holding me back. I feel so much freer. I feel peaceful, lighter, happier, independent, joyful, and blessed. I've released the pattern of my past and worked to forgive in a way I never thought was possible. Wow! I feel complete with what I came to learn. I feel closure. I don't really have the words to explain this powerful, profound gift. Just know that this was a wow experience. Thank you from the bottom of my heart, Angel Ariel, for helping me find my way out of my patterns and giving me back to myself." And that comes from Susan Z. If you wish to feel freer and lighter and more peaceful and gain final closure on energy-draining patterns of the past, book your transformative session with me, Claire Candy Huff, Angel Ariel, and my angelic family, who are always part of my sessions with clients, the Posse of Angels. Do phone Angel Healing House on 831-277-3716. That's Pacific Standard Time, where you can always visit angelhealinghouse.com. So firstly, for all of those who will be celebrating this upcoming week, happy Thanksgiving. And for all of those who inquired as to whether I will be presenting my weekly dose of messages and inspiration on my Angel Healing House Blog Talk radio show this week, as it does fall on Thursday, November 27th, Thanksgiving Day, the answer is a resounding yes. So, amidst baking that pie or preparing the stuffing or frantically trying to thaw out a turkey or a tofurkey, having forgotten to take it out the night before, I would love for you to call in to Angel Healing House Blog Talk Radio Show this coming Thursday at 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time if you wish to have a free mini angel reading. So, before we look at any of the tarot cards or any of those oracle cards, let's peer into the heavens and see what astrological energies will be affecting us this coming week. No, maybe I'll correct myself. Let's look at the energies that will be affecting us over the next 40 days until December 21st, 2021, as it will be a life-changing time for many. That 40-day time period is and has been very significant throughout history. It's mentioned 40 days 146 times in Scripture. A few examples of the importance of the number 40. Moses lived 40 years in Egypt and 40 years in the desert before God, Source Creator, selected him to lead his people out of slavery. Also, Moses was on Mount Sinai for 40 days and nights on 2 separate occasions to receive the 10 Commandments. And the prophet Jonah warned the people of Nineveh for 40 days that the world would be destroyed. Now the posse of angels, here they come, they're sharing that the number 40 generally means a time of testing or a trial period. We are all going through a self-examination to release anything that is not in alignment for us to be able to reside in the 5th dimension as high vibrational light beings who are living on an ascended planet of light. To start off this trial period of 40 days, and the biggest astrological news that we have was the full moon lunar eclipse just a few days ago on November the 19th, and that started the 40-day cycle. Now this 40-day trial period, it's providing a powerful, very powerful time to release and let go of anything that is no longer serving us and is truly not in alignment with all that we wish to create. On one hand, this is wonderful, this is great. With all the clearing and healing work that we've done, well, we get to have one more very deep dive to see if there's anything left to surrender that is no longer in resonance with who we are now, and that would possibly hamper us from moving into the 5th dimension. Now, the posse of angels, my angelic family, is saying, actually, this lunar eclipse energy, through till December 21st, 2021, and do remember there is a solar eclipse coming up on December 4th. Both of these eclipse energies, they're shining a huge spotlight on anything that still needs to be resolved in our lives. And remember, whatever comes up at this time is vastly important for us not to judge ourselves, especially if we've done a lot of healing and clearing work. Remember that we are not the same energies today as we were before when we made those choices and we made those decisions and we acted in that way. If emotions do arise, please do allow extra time to be kind and gentle with yourselves. And try to stay centered, be in the present moment, and stay as that neutral observer, allowing yourself to just acknowledge your part in creating this unsettling contrast, perhaps through a person or an event, so that you can acknowledge it, acknowledge the responsibility of your part in creating this unsettling contrast. And once we acknowledge something, then we can look at it from a different perspective. We can thank it for providing this contrast for us to really learn our lessons. And then we can bless that person and their choices, not judge them, but just to finally release them. And in this way, we can come full circle and we can have full closure. And once we do bless this person and we release them from having any negative effect upon us, all that's left is just peace and joy and forgiveness and absolute unconditional love. This is especially true for feelings of grief or shame over our choices and decisions that we made in the past that caused harm to others and certainly caused harm to ourselves, because what we do to another person, we do to ourselves. This emotional purging at this time, what it's doing, it's creating space for only those things of the highest vibrational frequency to be part of our lives. And it's creating much needed room to take on and integrate higher levels of light frequencies. And in this way, it is truly an amazing time on our planet. Certainly at this very crucial time in our ascension, having gone through so much over the last 2 years, we have come to a crossroads, and it has all to do with our dharmic paths. Now, this is what I've been speaking about on my Angel Healing House blog talk radio show on Thursdays, every week at 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, how this is all preparing us to step on to our soul's highest form of service in this lifetime, or our dharmic paths. As a result of this full moon lunar eclipse, it will reveal something to us that we will need to change in order to step into our soul's highest purpose in order to serve. And as I said on my last week's radio program, I said, think about it in the way that it's not so much of what you have to give up in order to step on your dharmic path. Think about it as the miracles and the rewards that you will be receiving as you'll be, and so much you will gain from stepping onto that path. Not what you have to give up, but what your soul will gain. Although many people will be offered a new path, we still will have our free will to stay as we are. But I also mentioned in last week's program that if you stay where you are, your life will feel stagnant. You'll still feel this urging to change, but it will be your free will not to change. And in some ways, you will feel as if your journey has plateaued. Now, the posse of angels is sharing that the best way to choose whether to step on your dharmic path or what's going to be presented with you or to you is always, always to follow your intuition. Now, the posse of angels is sharing that by stepping forward into this new path, we'll be entering into a whole new world of possibilities with our participation in the new higher timelines of light. How exciting is this? I don't know about you, but I am so excited. And when we elevate our energies within, we'll be more in resonance with our new reborn Mother Earth's transcendence into a planet of light. Also, another astrological aspect which is coming up, I almost forgot, it's coming up on November 21st. We have the sun entering Sagittarius. Happy birthday to all Saggies out there. My rising sign is Sag. Saggy season is one that brings in and heralds in the holidays. And it heralds in at one more time and one more prayer for peace on earth finally oh, please let it be. And then the Saggy season is inaugurating, it's heralding a time for hope for the future. So it's so exciting. Now, please, I have to reiterate, if it is a difficult time for a lot of people because this is a deep dive into purging our unconscious emotional issues. And as I said, this can be very disconcerting, especially for those people, spiritual teachers. Have a lot of clients who are spiritual teachers who have come to me and said they have done lots of spiritual work and clearing, and they saying, "Oh yeah, I've forgiven, I've done this, and I've done that," and still these things are coming up for them, often from our past lives that we still haven't brought closure on. We still haven't accepted 100% responsibility and accountability for writing those people into our contracts. And if you want to find out more about soul contracts, my book, One True Home Behind the Veil of Forgetfulness, contains so much spiritual wisdom to remind us how we wrote those people into our contracts so that we would learn our lessons, and we would really get it because it came in contrast. So again, be kind to yourself, be gentle to yourself, but allow yourself to take that deep dive because it's there for a very important purpose, as it's getting us ready to be of high frequency light so that we will be able to freely, with ease and grace, step into the fifth dimension. When I went to the cards to see what came out for us from a yogic path, the card that came out, flew out of the deck, was this one. Some of you may recognize that, and of course, his name is at the bottom, Ganesha, the god of new beginnings and the remover of obstacles. And Ganesha is saying you are at the beginning of a new venture that is going to bring you great joy and success. Oh my gosh, this is our dharmic path. But first we must make sure to remove any energies that would hamper a smooth journey for us. You know, it's just like whenever you go on a holiday, or you want to make sure you pack your necessities and just in case things like a first aid kit, or extra clothing, or raincoat or an umbrella or things like that. We want to make sure that Ganesha helps us to remove the roadblocks that we have before us, granting us a smooth transition into this very, very important moment in our lives. Now, Ganesh is also saying that these roadblocks do not exist outside of ourselves, and the only way to clear them is if we go inside, if we go within, and we acknowledge that our part in creating that. We're not victims, and there is no blame. Ganesha will continue to bring us good luck, success, and harmony along our path. And isn't that wonderful to know? Such a beautiful energy. Thank you, Ganesha, for popping into the reading today. Now, I usually only pick 2 or 3 cards out of these Wisdom of the Oracle cards. But all of these came out, and the posse of angels said, yes, read each one. So I said, okay, they say jump, I say how high. That's it. We have a mutual understanding. Okay, the first card that came out for us was the fork in the road. This is what we spoke about. The fork in the road is a time to consider and make decisions. Our fork in the road, we didn't come to this fork in the road easily, and I'm not just talking about speaking about the last 2 years. Try the last 15, 10, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30 years. I've only been on the planet for 19 years, so I can only say 19 since January 11th of 2003. But many people have been on this spiritual path, chipping away and increasing their light and love levels and sharing their wisdom with others, and then we hit 2019 and or 2020, and then everything either fell apart or was revealed. And now it sees us. Now it sees us at this very important fork in the road. This is going to be presenting that dharmic path to you. And the more that you're squeaky clean, the more that you have addressed those emotional blockages or issues inside of yourself, the clearer you will be to step onto that new path and that new direction. I love the llama on this card. Look how cute he is. Yes, it says, it reminds me of the scarecrow in the Wizard of Oz. Should I go this way or should I go that way? Each road has its consequences, but with our having cleared and cleansed so much, and we know we're creating our own realities and what we'll be drawing to ourselves, it's going to be a pretty extraordinary new dharmic path that we're going to be stepping on now. So, yes, you have your free will. You don't have to step onto this dharmic path. And when you cross over, not having stepped on it, nobody will, there'll be no shame at all. But I can guarantee you the rewards on the other side of stepping onto your dharmic path will be miraculous. They'll be creating that heaven on earth. The next card that came out is the Fates card. Now, this is destined. It's your fate. It's nobody else's. It wasn't created for anyone else. When you wrote your contract in your one true home behind the veil of forgetfulness, you wrote that in this incarnation, you would like to contribute to the planet in this way. Now, whether this appeared for you or not depended on how high your vibrational frequency would rise during your lifetime. But know that this is destined. It's fated. It wasn't. It's not leftover sloppy leftovers left over from somebody else that didn't take this. It's yours and yours alone to choose whether you will step onto this path or not. The next card that came out for that was this one, and it's clean it up. And that's what we're doing now. We're cleaning up and deep diving into any of those emotional blocks. When I take my clients, when they do past life clearing and ancestral healing, and we walk the timeline back into their past lives, and we see where those blockages are and where they are still sabotaging themselves. They're like this, a client, that client testimonial. All they can say is, wow, I had no idea that I was still hanging on to this. It goes from that energy of things being unresolved to final closure, and it makes room for the miracles that are lining up to connect with us. But of course, we have to be of high enough vibration in order to do that. The next card that was coming up for us is, actually, it was this way around. It was this card, which is the Silent Observer. And I just had another client this week who was, she said, I don't know what happened, but on the day of the full moon and that lunar eclipse, she said, I started to feel nauseous. I started to feel nauseous, and I just threw up all over myself. And I don't know, I don't know why this is happening. Well, when we had a follow-up session, it was determined that she still had very unresolved feelings for a former boyfriend who had betrayed her. And it was like bile sitting on her stomach, because the lunar eclipse was deep diving her to finally to recognize that she was not a victim in this, and there was no blame, and that to see it only in forgiveness and unconditional love was her way to resolve this in great in just great love. And we were also able to determine where she and this former boyfriend of hers had shared past lives before. So do remember to, if those energies and those emotions do arise, to be that silent observer and just be kind and really gentle to yourself. And it's helping us to regenerate. The regeneration card, the 46 is a 10, which is a number 1. And this is all about preparing ourselves for new opportunities to come in. It is like a rebirth in many ways. Some would say it's second chances, but this is not second chances. This is just peeking in and seeing if there's anything else that just needs tweaking. The posse of angels are saying to each and every one of you, you have done a remarkable job in shining your radiance onto the planet and providing higher frequencies for Mother Earth to finally break out of that dark matrix. And so really this is our opportunity to really be squeaky clean once again and to step into our new life, because our destiny is going to be filled in wondrous ways. And we're now taking this 40-day trial period between the lunar full moon eclipse on the 19th and through to November 21st, to go through that trial period to see if there's anything left that we really need to take a look at and to really feel into, if we have resolved it with solely unconditional love and forgiveness. Now, let's go to these cards, which are postcards from Spirit. I love this. Oh, while I'm shuffling the cards, knock, 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 Spirit. Just thinking about the Thanksgiving holiday coming up. Now, there are some people who are against the Thanksgiving holiday because of the massacring of Native American, the history this country has with the decimation of the Native Americans. And there are other people that say, oh, well, there's not just one day out of the year where we celebrate. But I like Thanksgiving. I like it for the way that it brings people together. Now, we can do that on every other day in the year, but we're living busy lives. We have our businesses. Some people have children. Some people have fur babies. We give our time and our energy and our effort to so many things. And this is that really one day out of the year where we pull together. And even if you do not have family around you, whether that's biological family or whether that's your spirit family or family that is built on friends, we have acquaintances on the internet, and nobody should feel alone on Thanksgiving, because we are all one. And the more that we tune in to being one and sharing ourselves with others, then the more will come back to us. Okay, let me split the cards and see what comes out for us. Oh, this card is, it says with love, and of course, there's an angel on the back. The angel looks like a duck. It's a duck. It's so cute. It says, dearest you, we are gathering our magic together to help you celebrate your new beginning. What did our friend Ganesha say? He said, new beginnings. Oh, I just got shivers all over. You're stepping into a new version of yourself, getting to tell a new story as you create it. Doesn't it feel like spring when the urge to expand wells up inside of you from a primal place? This is you getting giddy about stepping onto your dharmic path. The form of what you are growing has yet to take shape. And it is exciting to experience this new and fresh beginning. It's normal to feel both push and push back when entering any kind of new relationship. This is a new relationship you're having with yourself. It's okay to admit you don't really know what to expect, and that's okay. As I said, there might be some trepidation, there might be concern when something is presented to you. Perhaps you haven't done it before, but you wouldn't be presented with it if you didn't have all the skills, the abilities, the talents to be able to do it. What you can know is it's time to dive in. I kept using that word, deep dive, and allowing that new version of life to take shape through you on behalf of your partner in life spirit. So remember, you're not stepping onto this dharmic path alone. You are co-creating with spirit. You have made it to a new level of awakening and contributing to be of best service to the world. And we are so excited to see where this will take you next. And on the bottom it says, we are so proud of you. And I just feel that pride that they have for each and every one of us. It's just wonderful. Beautiful, beautiful energies. Let's go to these cards. What is your favorite thing? For those who are celebrating, or maybe you celebrated in the past, what is your favorite thing to eat on Thanksgiving? Just thinking about Thanksgivings that I've had in the past, or let me see. My favorite thing is probably cherry pie. My second favorite pie is pecan, but nothing quite beats out my love of cherry pie. I just love it. So write in the comments what you like to eat on Thanksgiving. And another thing I loved about Thanksgiving is that people would go around the table and they would say what they are thankful for, and they were expressing that gratitude and appreciation. Two of the highest forms of healing, of energies that we possibly can have, being grateful for our blessings. So let's go to the cards. And by the way, I'm using my tarot deck, the Angel Healing House. And yes, that's me, Angel Ariel on the back, with my curly hair. And no, they're not available as yet, but I keep saying I hope in 2022, when things get back on an even keel, that we will be able to sell those through Angel Healing House, maybe in different avenues as well. The first card that's coming out for us is the Strength card. Now, will it take strength to release some of these really deep emotional negative emotions inside of us, emotions of of bitterness, of resentment, of regret, of shame, guilt, blame, all of those things. Yes, it does take courage. But on the other side of courage is that rewards. And we'll see beautiful, look at the beautiful trees there. We'll see the beautiful blossoming of those new things in our lives. Yes, take the courage. And the little lammy there, hello little lammy, he's getting us to be gentle with ourselves during this time. Next card. Transformation. This is the death card. You know, this is leaving behind all that we knew ourselves to be, because we were different people. You know, our cells get replenished every 7 years, but our consciousness, wow, it is just soared and elevated and enlightened, and that's what we're doing now. We're transforming over this 40-day period, and even those of us that maybe we don't feel like there's anything left to release, we're still heightening and raising our vibrational frequency. The thing that keeps us humble, all as spiritual teachers, is I love to say that when we're on the spiritual path, we're always at the beginning, because no matter how much you learn, there's always so much more to learn. And the more you're open, the more experiences you will have, the more adventures you'll go on, the more curious you'll be, the more you will get out of life. So, very regenerative time for us with that death card. The next, the judgment card comes out now. This is the resurrection card. This is coming from the dark into the light, again with the transformation, with the butterflies. And the butterflies are all about, you know, being in that chrysalis during this trial period. And then as we go into 2022, the posse of angels want me to remind you that once we tip over into 2022, it's not going to happen straight away, but most probably by the time we get to April, May, June of next year, the world is going to look very different. Very, very different. Look at the light that's coming out of that card. I've always said that the light has won on this planet, otherwise we wouldn't be seeing all these dark revelations. Next card that's coming out for us, the Temperance. I just noticed something. Major Arcana, Major Arcana, Major Arcana, Major Arcana. 1, 2, 3. Very important reading. Okay, Temperance. What this is doing, this 40-day time period, it's alchemically balancing. Temperance is a card of balance, and it's a card of being patient with ourselves. And it's allowing ourselves, just like this waterfall, to be flowing. Allow ourselves to acknowledge those deep emotions. If you do need help releasing those deep emotions, please do call me at Angel Healing House. And I've helped many, many people to release these very, very deep emotions. And so, yes, we're alchemizing them at the moment so that we can be only of the highest elevation to be able to step onto our dharmic paths. We don't want to take anything that is still not resolved with us. And the posse of angels are actually saying that if we still have those things inside of us, it will stop us from perceiving or seeing or being of a high elevated frequency to be able to draw that dharmic path to ourselves. And the last card is, oh my gosh, we've only had Major Arcana cards. This is the Fool. This is the new beginning. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. Okay, so we have 1, 2. We have 3 cards of new beginnings. And then there is the Dove. The dove is it's divinely meant for you to step on this path. Now, they're also saying that the Fool is a card of allowing ourselves to be led, allowing ourselves to release and let go and surrender, to bring back that wonderment, that enchantment of knowing that we are children of God's source creator, and that we will be taken care of and guided and supported. And then we open ourselves up to limitless possibilities for the Creator and the angels to guide us on that dharmic path. There's our dharmic path. So, wow. Wow, I don't know if all major arcana cards have come out in past readings. Let's finish up with making magic. I hope you do like my new background. This is from the ceiling at Versailles. This beautiful backdrop is a replicate of a ceiling at Versailles. I don't know, it's something that I just love. I love the light blue, it's just beautiful. So, okay, let's see what other messages we have. Come on, posse of angels. Give me 3, please, only 3. Okay. Oh, I hope you aren't too harried during these time, Thanksgiving time. You know, we can rush around, and I know there are a lot of responsibilities. People have a lot of responsibilities if they have families, if they have children, if they have people flying in from all different places to be together. And what a grand Thanksgiving it is, because a lot of places have lifted restrictions and for people to be together, and it's just such a gorgeous time. But you know, do take some time out. Do take some time out. Here in the Northern Hemisphere, it has gotten a little bit colder. You know, maybe to rug up and take a walk out in nature. And I don't know, somebody in the Midwest, one of my clients, said that she started to notice snowflakes the other day. So here in Southern California, we don't usually get snowflakes, hardly ever. But it has gotten a little bit colder, and so it's nice to snuggle inside and just take time out. Take time out to be grateful to your beautiful self and all that you've done to bring the world to this remarkable stage that we're at. Whoop, there's the first one. The first one is called Felix Felicitas. Felicitas. And it says power symbol to create lucky, serendipitous events. Now, what did I just speak about? I just spoke about destined, karmic events. I'll just hold this up here for you to take maybe a screenshot of it. And it says this is the power symbol to create lucky, serendipitous events. How about that? That's pretty good. Okay. Thing I like about destined, fated things is that there's never been any competition, but you know, that dharmic path is not going to be offered to anybody else. It's mine. I mean, I contracted it. You contracted it. You contracted it to be just for you. The next one that's coming up is Abracadabra with Wings. Fantastic good fortune and lucky chances. So far we have Felix Felicitas, which is serendipitous events, lucky, and there we have good fortune and lucky. We've got lucky 2 times there. Okay, lucky, 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 lucky lady. Come on, lady luck. What's the third one going to be? Oh, there we go. On target. Follow your ideal life's path. And this one was encouragement. That when you get presented with what is divinely meant for you. Step on the path and know that you would not be offered it unless you had all the abilities, talents, skills, and gifts to be able to do this. I hope all that's been helpful for each and every one of you. Have an absolutely beautiful upcoming week, those who are celebrating Thanksgiving, and just be safe and be healthy and joyful. And do tune in to my Angel Healing House blog talk radio show on Thursday at 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. I would love you to call in for a free angel reading. A lot of people have off if the time difference is all right. Don't want you to call me at 3 o'clock in the morning your time unless you're awake at that time. And I'd love you to call in for a free mini angel reading. And do check out my my award-winning books. Also, I do have my little cutie face, Angels of Faith, based on my 2 near-death experiences, and that we don't die, and that we are divine and eternal. So, everyone, please do go out and fashion an absolutely beautiful life for yourself. Take care, everyone, and look forward to speaking with you next week. Take care, everyone. Bye.